just wanted to come on here this evening and I wanted to walk through 3 different seated positions, just to finish my day out for one, and also because I've been finding myself doing these as I'm sitting on the floor playing with my little one, and so I thought what's a better way than to share these with you, so that if you can hear my little one out there screaming with daddy right now, they're playing. But what a better way to try to find some peace and calm middle of the day, end of the day, and go into seated. So if you have your mat, or if you're just sitting in front of the computer or your phone, you can prop it up and grab a seat on the floor. Tonight I'm using some props. I'm going to use my blanket, my yoga blanket, and I have it folded up again here, so it's a little bit higher. I also have a block because I want to show you a couple of things here. And so just come onto your mat. You're going to put your sits bones on the very edge of your mat, so your hips kind of are going to roll off the front of your blanket. And we're going to come into what I call an easy sits pose, and you can put either foot in front of the other, lining up the ankles here. And so coming in, and it's always nice to have the hips a little bit higher than the knees. Now you may find that your knees are still up a little bit, so you can always take a block and place that under your knees, or you can roll up another blanket on each side and place that under your knees so you're comfortable. Whatever feels good. You don't want any pain in this position. So as you come into this position, this is called easy sit pose or Sukhanasana. And so what we want to do is lengthen our spine, taking the crown of the head to the ceiling, tucking the chin just a little bit, placing our palms face up on our knees, and then bringing the elbows towards the back of the body. So it feels a little bit like your chest is sticking out, but you don't want to have it to where your back is curved. So just sitting up nice and tall, crown of the head to the ceiling, and maybe just closing down your eyes and taking a few deep releasing breaths. So you'll go breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Try one of those on your own. In through the nose. That feels amazing. Let's do a couple more cleansing breaths. In through the nose. On our next inhale, we're going to take our arms and reach up to the sky. And then on the exhale, we're going to take our right hand and put it behind our back, and take our left hand and just cross it over the thigh or the hip or the knee. And we're going to take our gaze to the back of the room, over that right shoulder. So keeping your hand propped up right behind your sacrum, right behind your back, you kind of use your back, the hand behind your back as a kickstand to help you keep your back or your backbone nice and lengthened. So sitting up really nice and tall, head towards the ceiling, crown of the head towards the ceiling, and then taking that gaze over your right shoulder for a nice twist. Breathing into that side body, breathing out. In through the nose. Filling up those belly, ribs, and chest on the inhale, and then exhale, pushing out the belly, ribs, and chest. On your next inhale, we're going to bring the hands back up, and we're going to go to the opposite side. So using that back hand, that left hand as a kickstand, sitting up nice and tall, and then taking our gaze or our drishti to the back of the room, looking over that left shoulder. On our next inhale, hands come up and the hands down here. And that was revolved easy sit pose, or Paravitra Sukhasana. So I'm learning my Sanskrit, so bear with me. We're going to bring our hands up. We're going to go back to the right side. Deep inhale and exhale. And our next inhale, hands up to the sky and back over to the left side body. Hands back up to the sky and back down to heart center. Our next position is going to be bound angle. So we still keep those hip bones and sits bones rolling off of our blanket here. Hip crease above the knees. And bringing the feet together in front of you. Again, if you feel like your knees are propped up, make sure you put some support under your knees. It's very important. You can grab your shins here. You can grab your ankles, or you can take your peace fingers and grab your big toes here. And we're going to sit up nice and straight. And deep releasing breath. We're going to hinge at the hips. Remember, not curling the back, but hinging, keeping that spine nice and long, taking the crown of the head towards the front of the room and hinging over as far as you can go. And if that feels a little tight or a little tense, easing up a bit. Remember, no pain in yoga. So hinging at the hips, coming back over. And if you'd like, you can walk your hands out to the front of your mat, or you can even come down to your elbows, wherever you're at today, whatever feels good. And actually, I'm going to back up just a little bit today. Hinge over, maybe come down to my forearms, keeping my fingertips at the front of my mat. And this is bound angle, or Baddha Konasana. So deep inhale. Relaxing the head, but keeping that spine nice and long. Always have that supported spine. On each inhale, you can see if you can take it just a little bit deeper, a little bit further into the pose. On your next inhale, we're going to come back up. We're going to bring our arms up and around, lengthening through the spine, and then hands to heart center. Thank you all. If you were able to join me tonight, thank you so much. And I hope you're finding a lot of goodness and benefit through this. I was telling my mother-in-law this evening that I really do believe in the power of getting to practice yoga, whatever capacity that you can, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes. So I hope that was helpful to you this evening, doing those 3 seated positions. And we'll talk to you later. Namaste.